Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley if you are new here, and in this video I'm going to give a little bit of a preschool update and share what we are going to be doing for the rest of the school year. As for those of you who don't know, we are currently going through the Gather Round preschool program in the air. This is the 4th unit of their preschool program. We also did In the Jungle right before this. We have 3 weeks left of this curriculum, and we are deciding to switch it up a little bit. I do want to film a review of this curriculum too, which I think I'm going to do soon, but let me explain what has happened the past few months since I've posted my last update when we started this. So it is a 13-week program. I believe I posted my last preschool update right before we started this, so about 10 weeks ago, and over those 10 weeks, I don't remember if I said it in my last update or not, but we were also doing some pages out of The Good and the Beautiful math here and there. But then we added in a morning basket, and since then we haven't really touched that book because having a time to do read alouds and handwriting and Bible and all of that has added on probably a good 45 minutes at least or so. Maybe 30 to 45 minutes of our school time. So for my son, who's only 5, he doesn't want to sit for 3 hours a day, and I would not expect him to, obviously. So this probably takes us anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, plus that is like 30 to 45 minutes, and that's, you know, as much as he wants to be sitting, which is more than fine. We were kind of I picked this up just to start it, but I had no expectations on us of when we would finish it. Obviously, it's a kindergarten curriculum, so when we get to it, we get to it kind of a thing. So we've just been chugging along and doing our In the Air, which was letters N, I believe, through Z. So we have the last 3 weeks still, which is X, Y, and Z, obviously. And I've been talking to my son a lot about doing Ready to Read, the Ready to Read program, the Burrows and Holes first unit, which is technically a kindergarten unit. But I have had this debate in my mind over, do I just want to do the Ready to Read program completely over his kindergarten year and not do the Good and the Beautiful kindergarten language arts at all, or do I somehow try to squeeze in both in a way? Obviously not the complete curriculum, both of them, because that would be too much, but I've been really trying to figure this all out, and he's been doing really, really well with his letter sounds, which is a big update from last time, because when we finished In the Jungle, I've said on this channel many times that I was worried that he wasn't picking up his letter sounds enough, and then all of a sudden he started getting them, and since doing In the Air, he knows most of them by heart, so that's really encouraging. So the reason I want to do the kindergarten language arts from The Good and the Beautiful is because after the Ready to Read program, I plan on switching to The Good and the Beautiful language arts because I really, really like their math program. I really like what I've seen of their language arts from watching other videos, and I've downloaded the free PDF on their website and looked through that, and I'm really excited to get into their language arts. But we are also really, really enjoying our preschool program from Gather Round, and the preschool and the kindergarten program are set up the same, where there is units, and in each unit you learn about, a lot of the times, an animal, and then you have a little tiny Bible study and then worksheets. And both my son and I have really enjoyed doing school that way, so I don't want to completely abandon the Gather Round curriculum because, like I said, we're enjoying it, but I also really like the Good and the Beautiful language arts. So maybe I'm just being too ambitious, but that's like why I want to do both. So I'm also really eager to start doing a reading program with my son because, as I've also mentioned on here a little bit, he's right at the beginning of reading. So he can read some 3-letter words, as I've done a video on, and there is a little bit of that in the Gather Round, but very, very minimally. And then we've read a little bit of the Bob books, so I'm really eager to start him because I think he's ready. I think it's a bit of a stretch, but I think if I'm gentle and we go slow, I think he can start to pick up some reading skills. So what I decided to do, I keep looking over here because I have it sitting right here, but what I decided to do was last week we took a little break because we did like sort of like a spring break. I wasn't originally planning on doing a spring break, and so I know like technically this is like weeks after the like traditional spring break, and obviously it doesn't matter because we're homeschooling, and I decided to do that solely because we were doing a little house project and I did not have the capacity to do it all. So I just decided, you know what, we'll just take a little break for school this week and we'll pick it back up next week. And then while we were on this break, I was thinking again and trying to figure out what I'm going to do for next year and what should we do this year. And so I was kind of aiming for finishing school around the end of July because we started this school year really late because I had a baby September 7th. So I took all of September off. This was our first year too, so I didn't really know what to expect. I was just kind of learning as I went, and so I didn't put any pressure on myself to do any school at all while, you know, those first few weeks while I had a newborn at home. And then in the beginning of October, probably like the first or second week of October, we like started dipping our toes in and doing little worksheets and trying to figure our way out. And then we did in the jungle starting in November. So I would say we technically sort of started homeschooling fully in November. So I, because of that, want to, you know, finish out. I know I technically could finish this in the air curriculum and be done with it. I think my son has learned so much. I would be completely content to do that and think that he had a really fulfilling and good preschool year. But because both him and I are still enjoying it, and we did start late, and I don't really obviously need an excuse. If it works for us, it works for us. I want to continue on. And like I said, I'm really eager to start seeing him learn to read. So the way that the Gather Round kindergarten curriculum goes is it has 4 units, just like the preschool. I don't know if I said that already, but they're shorter than the preschool. So the preschool ones are 13 weeks each, and the ready to read ones are only 9 weeks. So because we have exactly 9 weeks left starting this week, I decided that we are going to we started today, burrows and holes. So that was super exciting today. Both my son and I were really excited to start this because I've been talking to him about burrows and holes and like talking to him about how exciting it's going to be to learn to read, and he's gonna enjoy it so much, and so he was excited too. So we decided to put the last 3 weeks of in the air on the shelf for right now, and what I'm thinking we're gonna do is, like I said, there's exactly 9 weeks left from today is May 1st while I'm filming this. I think I'm gonna post it tomorrow, so we have exactly 9 weeks until the end of July. And I wanted to be done by, the end of June. I've been saying July. I meant I want to be done by the end of June and take July off and August off, at least maybe the first 2 or 3 weeks in August. I think I want to start again in August, but where we live here, schools technically start in September. So depending on how the summer is going and all of that, maybe I'll wait until the first week in September. We'll see. I'm not really sure. But there's exactly 9 weeks left in May and June. So that's why I said we're going to do burrows and holes, finish it up at the end of June if all goes well. If it becomes too overwhelming for him, obviously I'm not going to push him because I know it is a bit, I definitely wouldn't say a struggle. He's doing really well with reading 3-letter words, but he also, it's a challenge. That's the word I'm looking for. It's very challenging for him. So we're going to go slow. We'll see how it goes. And then I'm thinking, because I am such a checklist person and I always want to make sure that I get everything done, and I know I could technically just put the in the air on the shelf and call it a day and it would be fine because he's learned what he needed to out of this. But I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm thinking that maybe we'll pick it up here and there throughout the summer, the 6 or 7 weeks that we're going to have of summer when we feel like doing some school, doing a lesson here and there, putting no pressure on either of us to like do all of the worksheets because he doesn't need it. But I think it would also be a good review for him to have and something fun for us to do if we're kind of like not really sure what to do with all of our free time, because we both really like the routine of school. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like I said, we started Burrows and Holes today and it went really well. He seems to like it just fine. I did flip through the teacher guide, which I will put a little video over this to show you what's inside, but I did look through it and there's definitely not as many animals in it. He looked through it as well and he's excited for sure, but he also is a little like, it's going to be interesting because there's, like I said, it's not as many animals. There's some like learning about soil and that sort of thing. So we learned about soil today and he was totally engaged and liked it just plenty. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted on how that all goes, but yeah, that is what we're doing. We have since put the math, like I said, on hold, and we're going to pick it back up in the fall because I'm thinking we're going to do the first unit of the Ready to Read program now, and then I think we're only going to do maybe one more in sometime in the kindergarten school year, and then do the Good and the Beautiful's language arts as well, because the Good and the Beautiful's language arts, I believe, is only 30 weeks. So if I add on the second unit of Ready to Read, that's 39 weeks, which is kind of a lot. So I don't know. I'm still figuring it out, but I am going to do a video on our kindergarten curriculum choices. So when I figure it out, I will film that video and let you guys know what I decide, but this is just kind of what I'm thinking. So I have done some other videos on our preschool favorites, and in them I talked about our read aloud experience so far, and I figured I will talk a little bit more about that in this video as well, because that's part of what we added in since I last filmed. And like I mentioned in the other videos, if you saw that, we have really been enjoying our read alouds. We started chapter books. We've gone through 3 so far. We finished The Mouse and the Motorcycle yesterday, and that one was so far my son's favorite that we've read. We read The Wild Robot and The Wild Robot Escapes. And then we just found out also that the author of The Wild Robot is coming out with the 3rd book of the series, The Wild Robot Protects, and that one comes out in September. So my son was super excited when I figured that out. So we're going to definitely get that when it comes out. We are also just going to keep rotating chapter books probably in there because we're both really enjoying it. And we'll see come the fall though what we're going to do, because I'm planning on doing Sunlight Tea with both my boys, and there's definitely no chapter books in there. So maybe we'll just do the Sunlight books and that will be enough. Or I'm thinking maybe I'll have still some time with just my oldest and we might still read a chapter book just slower and a lot more loose rather than keeping it in the morning basket. But again, we'll see. I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself here. But yeah, we've definitely enjoyed reading during our morning time. But that is really it for the rest of this school year. I suppose I could do a review on Burrows and Holes, the first unit, if that is interesting to you. Definitely leave a comment and let me know what you think. But yeah, we have about, I'm thinking 6 or 7 weeks left of the school year for us, and then we'll be done for the summer, because we do have some summer sports that we're going to be doing, swim lessons, that sort of thing. So I'm also really looking forward to that. That's going to be really nice to just take a break and just let the kids play outside and get outside myself. Maybe we'll have some more time to do some more house projects, that sort of thing. So yeah, I will, like I said, do probably an update at the very end of the year, and I'm going to be sharing our curriculum choices soon. So stay tuned for that if you are interested in it. And thank you so much for watching. It has been so much fun to share our journey on YouTube so far, and I definitely plan to keep going. So thank you, like I said, for watching. Thank you for being here. It really means a lot to me, and I will see you in the next one.